Good day. We are Group 7 and I am Michael Yuri Anape. Now, for Chapter 4 or Decision Making, I believe that it is very useful almost anywhere. And personally, I use it a lot before doing or going somewhere. Like thinking about the chances I might get into an accident, or lighter things such as the chances of me finishing a task whenever I'm cramming. Another is when I'm strategizing in a game, I try to predict the opponent's moves. Now for the next topic, the assignment problems, I also use this a lot, although not the same method like the Hungarian method. But whenever I am a group leader, I usually take into account the skills and perhaps the reliability of my members to know which tasks are effective and efficient for them. Now, after learning these topics, I realized that math is really everywhere and we just don't appreciate it enough. We instinctively apply mathematical concepts or logic to our daily activities, like predicting an opponent's moves in a game, or lighter things such as making decisions in our daily activities or assigning people in a task. Whatever it may be, whether a hobby, art, or any other activity, there is still somewhat of a presence of math, which is why it increased my appreciation for the subject.
Good day. I'm April de la Cruz, and my assigned chapters are Chapter 1, that is about mathematics as a language, and I realized na for this chapter, we use math every day. Like, di natin na-realize na ginagamit natin siya when we buy something, no, kukompute tayo ng price, yung change, yung discount. And kapag nagluluto din, ginagamit natin yung math to measure, ganun. So, for me, ang na-realize ko is that math is a very universal thing. No, using numbers, symbols, ganun. Lagi natin siyang nagagamit sa araw-araw. And, of course, mathematics as a language, lagi natin may gagamit yan. Also in the future. And for Chapter 5, minimal spanning trees, ito, one of the most interesting na nabasa ko from the book. Because, in a practical way, imagine, para siyang malalagay sa situation na in cables, like internet, gano'n. Parang maggamit yung minimal spanning trees to find the shortest path or the easy way or efficient way to connect points. So, hindi lang siya sa cables, pwede siya sa road, pipelines, electricity, gano'n. So, if I will describe this chapter in one word, parang siyang optimization. So, for me, it is a very important thing. Lalo na sa future, magagamit talaga siya ng maayos. So, yun. So, my realization sa both chapters na naka-assign sa akin is that math is really helpful for our day-to-day basis and sa future din natin. So, yun lang. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Aaron Martinez from Class Y03 of GEMATMW, and today I'm going to be discussing about mathematics in nature and the arts. So, so obviously, mathematics, you can find it everywhere around the world, and including dito yung arts. So, there's this thing called the polyhedron, which is a 3D shape consisting of polygons. It has flat surfaces with straight edges and vertices, and examples nito ay cubes, pyramids, and prisms. So, makita mo ito in the real world, ayun, because of the pyramids, and as well as yung in architecture. Leonardo da Vinci made this thing called the Mazzocchio, which is like a ring structure, pero it's rendered in a way na it follows the polyhedra formula, which is f plus v minus e equals to f meaning yung faces, v yung vertices, tas e yung edges. So dapat mag-equate yun sa 2. He managed to do that, so para yung in architecture para mabalance yung structure. And you can find mathematics in nature through this thing called the Fibonacci sequence. So in Fibonacci sequence, it goes like 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. And it's, kapag nag-graph mo yung mga numbers na yun, parang magpo-form siya na parang spiral na lumalaki. And you can find this in nature through our ears because it follows the Fibonacci sequence or the golden ratio. And you can also find this in nodule shells na parang literal na yung the way that it looks. So another thing that mathematics is used for is sa pag-apply nito to find the shortest path possible. So yung sa shortest paths, it is finding the shortest path within certain limitations. So halimbawa nito yung sa Google Maps, yung pag-route gamit ng Dijkstra's algorithm or yung A-star algorithm to find the fastest route possible to a destination. Yun lang.
Good day, I am Nathan Sombe from Group 7 GEMATMW-Y03. I'll be talking about my insights into consumer mathematics and linear programming. Let's now start with interest. Interest is so interesting, as there was one time when me and my dad were talking about cars. He said na, let us not buy the top of the line model because the interest will be super high to compare buying the base model, which is true because of the formula IPRT. Tapos, it's also interesting because you could solve for the future value of money because of inflation. And let's now move on for investing because I didn't know there was such formula for returns of investment and yield. Because when I was studying ACFDR 1, specifically in the topic of corporation accounting, I was able to get the ROI and yield of the companies they showed even though it's not required. For loans, I have a story about amortization because when I was taking FT and BUS F, my prof didn't teach amortization to us, only until annuity. In the finals, she included amortization, which all of my classmates didn't know what to do. And she said na the formula for amortization is just the reciprocal of the annuity formula, which is true when I learned about amortization in this course. At the end, she gave those questions as bonus, and I was still able to get a 4.0 in that subject. Linear programming is also interesting because it's related to consumer mathematics. Because when we were learning about linear programming, we have to solve for the maximum profit and minimum cost, which supports consumer mathematics. It's also amazing how we could solve for supply and demand in linear programming because I am currently taking managerial economics this term. And I always wonder how my professor get those data about the quantity, supply, and data, even though it's just a given. Learning linear programming, I could solve for them, and linear programming actually gave a bigger picture of economics. So this is my insights in consumer mathematics and linear programming. Thank you and goodbye!
Hi, I'm Stephanie Nicole Villanueva. You can call me Third. And I'm assigned in Chapter 3 Communication and Chapter 5 Transportation. Back when I first started searching about mathematics and communication, I didn't really think much of it. I mean, I use my phone every day to send messages and make calls, thinking nang nagsasend siya dahil lang sa signal, hindi ko naisip na may math. But then, as I went deeper into the topic, I realized how much math is behind every text, every email, and every calls. Noong di pa masyadong deep yung knowledge ko about mathematics and communication, naisip ko yung encryption and data compression is puro lang siya coding. Even the way social media platforms decide what to show us, yung algorithm, may kasama pala siyang math. It also made me appreciate how technology and math keeps our conversations secure and efficient. And I know that in the future, especially as a business analytics student, understanding these processes will help me analyze customer data, improve communication strategies, and make data-driven decisions. Then came to transportation. At first, I thought, how does math even really relate to transportation? But then, nung nag-start na akong aralin siya and mag-search, nakita ko na yung math, nasa route optimization pala siya and minimizing cost. And how delivery apps figure out the fastest way to bring food to us. It's all about minimizing cost and saving time and improving efficiency. As someone studying business management, I realized that this knowledge will be super useful and helpful in logistics and supply chain management. If I have to optimize delivery routes for a business or analyze transportation costs someday, I'll know exactly how math plays into making the best decision. Looking back, I never expected math na present siya sa lahat ng bagay na ginagawa ko. But ngayon, nakita ko siya na present talaga siya in our daily life. And I think na it's amazing. Yun lang.